once again, people, to the happy land of lockdown. We're back once again. I've managed to tame the beard a little bit better this week, so I don't need to tie it back. It's all in one place. The coffee cup of confinement is back once again, keeping my hands and arms in check. It's a little bit less full this time, so it might not go everywhere, but who knows? So we are in, this is gonna be interesting. So we are in week 7 of lockdown. There we go. Week 7 of lockdown is over with. There seems to be a wave of ideas at the moment that everything's gonna kind of start lifting a little bit more and that things are gonna start going back to normal. There's also the mentality that if you were going skydiving and you'd opened a parachute and you were nearly at the ground, you wouldn't then let go of the parachute. You'd still break your legs. It's not a great comparison to draw, I know, but it's a comparison nonetheless. So I think that it's important to still kind of maintain the structure of what we have going. Needless to say though, it was a bank holiday weekend this weekend. We celebrated 75-year anniversary of VE Day. And I did see a lot of people out celebrating in very big groups, it has to be said. It's like, yeah, it's a bank holiday, but that doesn't mean it's a bank holiday from the rules and regulations that have kind of been set out, people. It's like, let's not take a step backwards just because we're celebrating something. But on the complete other side of that, I did see from around the country a lot of people doing some very responsible but social celebrations, and I really liked seeing that. Okay, sure, I mean, none of this was down my street. Down my street, it didn't really seem like anything was happening, which in itself was a little bit of a shame. I smelt barbecues, I didn't see any barbecues. But I know that in particular from my family up in South Shields, everyone was having kind of front garden barbecues all down their street, and it was an opportunity for people to stay responsibly distant from one another whilst also coming together in unison for a cause and a celebration, and everyone was out on their kind of front porch areas, staying distant from one another, but able to kind of celebrate together. And I think that if this lockdown has really taught us anything, it is how to appreciate a community spirit more than anything. Like, okay, yes, we do need to stay socially distant from one another. Yes, we do need to be responsible. Yes, we do need to kind of make sure we are keeping each other and ourselves safe. But if we can do that and still have that kind of community union for things as well, if anything, that's kind of bringing people emotionally closer together. And you know, at the risk of sounding deep and pseudo-political in videos like this, which is not really an area I want to get into, but at the risk of doing that, I think that people are expecting everything to go back to the normal that was before all of this in the near future. And I personally don't think that that is going to happen, or at least not right away. I think that what is going to happen is that there is going to be a new normal. Now, what does this crazy cat mean when he says a new normal? Alright, what I mean when I say new normal is that I think things will start to reopen, whether it's in the near future or in another month or so's time. And I think that we are going to appreciate one another, and I think we are going to keep this responsible mindset going. Like, it's not going to go away completely overnight. We've established that already. So we are going to have to keep living our regular lives, but in a responsible, socially distant manner, but it's going to give us a new appreciation for small businesses, for community-led programs, for people who are working hard to keep the country running. I think that it's going to give businesses a new lease on how to function with their employees. I think it's going to make mental health far more important for businesses as well. I think that's going to be like a key factor. And yeah, I think a lot of things are going to drastically change. And I know that people have problems with this because as humans, we don't like change. But I do think there's going to be a new normal, and it's going to include a lot of those things. So basically the topic for this week is responsible celebrations and community spirit and what the new normal is going to be. And I think that this community celebration coming together, particularly for VE Day, in a responsible manner, getting everyone together but at a distance to celebrate it, I think that's going to be part of what the new normal is. So once the dust settles on things like this, in what I personally am expecting to be maybe another couple of months' time, what do you think the new normal is going to be for places? What do you think businesses are going to have in the forefront of their mind when they reopen? And how do you think community spirit is going to kind of bring people together in the future? All comments are welcome in the comments below. Let's talk lockdown. As always, if you've enjoyed what you've seen here and you'd like to see some more, you can click right here to subscribe and see some more funky fresh videos from yours truly. They won't all be lockdown diaries. There may well be some more film reviews coming out in the near future. Also stay tuned for some news on some projects I've been working on. I believe they're kind of coming to fruition soon. Who knows? And until that point, I am not going stir crazy. It's just the cold brew, I promise you. It's very strong.